One very important question which you all have in mind, is why Germany? This is a question which all of us must confront ourselves with. So, why Germany? This is what I also asked myself when I started on this path. So, you need to have a very clear why. So, you need to have your own good reasons why you want to come to Germany. I wanted to always train further in surgery and learn new techniques and learn more about dentistry. So Germany, being a Western country, very developed in surgery and very developed in general dentistry, I chose for Germany. That was my first reason. Second, I always thought that education. I'm already a father, already a parent. So education, which is like, where do we spend the most in India? Education, yeah, and healthcare, and both of these are covered here, yeah, in your day-to-day expenses. I mean, when you earn, you pay taxes, and through that, your education or education for your child is covered. Right? What they charge you is nominal or nothing. Yeah, so that was one big motivation for me. These were my two reasons, and the standard of work. Yeah, on an average, there are good and bad dentists everywhere. Yeah, and the standard of work is really good here, and the standard of living. I, as a dentist, being a MDS, was not able to live a life what I would have decided. I'm not saying I'm living a very lavish lifestyle here, but it's really better than what I was living 5 years ago. Yeah, so I and my wife both are working, but together we managed to have a lifestyle which I would call is decent to the at the least. Yeah, so that is my reason. You should have your own clear reason to come here, and there are pros and cons for everything. We need to decide on that. So first, the first one is a very common misconception or lack of information about some particular terms which keep coming. That what is a assistent Zahnarzt, that is assistant dentist, what is a Vorbereitungsassistent, yeah, and a angestellter Zahnarzt. So these are terms which you will have to do with when you once you come here and start working, yeah. But you must be going through job vacancies, and you must be seeing, okay, assistant Zahnarzt, what is it? So basically, assistant Zahnarzt is an assistant dentist, yeah. He's a junior dentist, he or she is a junior dentist. And a Vorbereitung assistant is a junior dentist who has got his approbation or German dental license. So that's the key difference. So if to summarize, one can say all Vorbereitungsassistants are Assistant Zahnarzt, but all Assistant Zahnarzt are not Vorbereitungsassistant. Assistant Zahnarzt also includes dentists, assistant dentists who are working on a temporary dental license, still not have got their permanent license. Yeah, so that's the key difference. For Beratungsassistent is assistant dentist who has got his permanent license. He is also assistant Zahnarzt, yeah, and a person who has got only his temporary license is also assistant Zahnarzt. Yeah, so that's the difference. A Verwaltungsassistent already has got the dental license. Yeah. So that's the Angestellter Zahnarzt is nothing which you can call it in English associate dentist. That is, you have got your permanent dental license and you are now an employed dentist. You're not any assistant dentist anymore. That means you can now open up your own clinic. And that's the main difference. So now we will come to the salaries, what one you can expect as assistant dentist and as a Vorbereitung assistant, and once you have completed this 2 years of period as Vorbereitung assistant. So as an assistant dentist with temporary license, you can expect about 2,500 euros average, starting from 2,500 euros up to 3,500 or even 4,000 euros, depending upon your expertise, or more depending upon your expertise and your clinic, how long you have worked there, your work experience and all. Once you are a Vorbereitung assistant, that means you already have now your dental license in your pocket. Then you can expect anywhere ranging from 3,000, depending upon a place, to 4,000, 4,500. This is an average salary. In that, there are other components, variable components as much depending upon the commission what you generate in your clinic. That's a different issue, we'll talk about it later, but that's the minimum what you will get. And then as an angestellter Zahnarzt, that means you have completed your 2 years of Vorbereitungsassistent side, but you have got your license, then you have completed 2 years of period. This is mandatory as a Vorbereitungsassistent, and then you are now free to open your own clinic, but you may not decide to, that's your decision. Then now you are regarded as a experienced dentist, and your salary starts from anywhere between 5 to 6,000. Yeah, so that was about the salary part. Yeah, one question which we keep getting very often from candidates is, so which state should we apply in? Very difficult question. If you do not have anyone here in Germany, yeah, easier part is you have all the Germany open to you. Yeah, it does not limit your choices, so you can go anywhere where you want. We advise candidates who work with us, who are with us for consulting, to a few states, namely Bayern or Bavaria. It's a big state. Then North Rhine-Westphalia, it's also a very big state. Baden-Württemberg, again in South Germany, a big state. Rhineland-Pfalz, it's a small state, but the passing codes are good here in history. In the past, it has been so. Yeah. Then I would also advise here as Niedersachsen, also a very big state. Yeah. So the advantage with big states is you have more job opportunities. Yeah. There are a few drawbacks with Bayern, which I have also explained in my older videos. You can go through that again. So these 5 states I will advise. A very interesting trend which is coming up is the eastern states of Germany, which have a big gap in the demand and supply of dentists. So there are not many people who want to go to these eastern states, yeah, supposedly because of the notion that the locals here are a bit more closed to expats in comparison to other states. But because of this big gap in the demand and supply, the chances of passing exams are really good in these states. Now, for example, Sachsen-Anhalt, these are states where there aren't many people who go to these states. Yeah, so you can also look up these states. So the fourth question we are coming to, which PG streams? Yeah, there are people who want to go further, train themselves and learn new things. Yeah, so officially there are 2 PG streams in Germany, which are almost everywhere available. But then there are a few states which also have a third PG stream. So the two most common ones being orthodontics and oral surgery. Yeah, mind you, oral surgery, it's not oral and maxillofacial surgery. There's also a common confusion what many people have. Oral and maxillofacial surgery in Germany and in Europe per se is a dual specialty. That means you have to do both medicine and dentistry to be able to pursue this field. So it is oral surgery and orthodontics. And a third one, there are a few states who also have started a third PG, that is you can say public health dentistry. Yeah? So that is also an option. So these are the 3 PG streams. You should not confuse PG streams with master's studies. Yeah? So master's studies is something else. Europe or Germany doesn't recognize master's studies as PG's post-graduation, proper post-graduation studies. Yeah? Master's studies, anyone can do it. Yeah? For PG studies, you need to have a dental license. But for master's studies, you don't need to have a license. Anyone who doesn't even have a license, temporary or permanent, can do these. Yeah, because the reason is you work in a controlled environment. You work in universities, colleges, where you are working under all the time under supervision. So that's the thing. And once you are done with the course, either you have to go back to your country, yeah, or if you want to work in Germany, you still have to go further with then your approbation exam. This is very, very important. And people think that if we do master's studies, maybe it will help us with our approbation. Most of the cases, more than 90%, it doesn't help you with your approbation. It helps you in gaining knowledge, yeah, definitely. But if you want to show that, okay, I have done this particular course and I should get the approbation, most of the time without the exam, I mean, yeah, there are 2 ways to get the approbation. The license, one is with the exams, you pass the Kenntnisprüfung and then you get the approbation. The other one is through the evaluation route, which is getting all the time more and more complex and more time taking. in terms of money and efforts. Yeah? So that's it. So I would not advise people to go for the evaluation route. So the candidates proofing or the exam route is what I would advise. Yeah, so in that route, this isn't going to help you much. So I would advise do it once you have your dental license, and then you want to work in areas like prosthodontics where they don't have a traditional PG. There you can go for a master's. Yeah, or maybe something else other than oral surgery and orthodontics or implantology. Yeah, so don't confuse masters with conventional PG studies in Germany. Yeah, so then the question what very commonly comes forward is that the MDS colleagues who are from India, though they already have completed their masters, they put forward, okay, what about our masters? So theoretically, they are not recognizing our masters unless they are recognizing our graduation. Yeah? So first we need to get our graduation recognized through the approbation. Yeah. So once you get your graduation recognized, then you can opt for getting your masters if you have done it in oral surgery or orthodontics, trying to get recognized maybe partially. Yeah, there are ways to do that. Yeah, we can cover this topic sometime else, but you can do it. Theoretically it is possible. They may not recognize it completely, but maybe that they give you a part recognition. Yeah? So that is one route that you can take even if you do not belong to these two specialties, oral surgery or orthodontics. For example, if you are a prosthodontist or you are an endodontist, you can always capitalize on your skills. The skills that you have learned in India are not going in vain. Yeah? I'm very happy to share with you here an example of one of the candidates which we are guiding right now. He's an endodontist from Mumbai, has lots of experience. As you know, he was doing freelancing in Mumbai, and he has passed all his exams except the last one, the practical one right now, and he has taken up almost the whole burden of endo cases in his clinic. So he's treating more than 90% of the cases in the clinic, and very more efficiently than his German counterparts. Right? In Germany it is common to do a root canal from start to finish in 3 hours, depending upon your expertise level. Yeah, but the colleague is doing it in 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So you can just see his efficiency and what he is bringing on the table for the clinic. Yeah, so your skills will not go wasted. Yeah, so keep always that in mind. You can always capitalize on them through other trainings and so on. Yeah, okay. So now we come to the last point for today. What does it cost for us? This whole thing, starting from language learning up to coming here, the various cost of living, everything, you can roughly count it to 15 to 20,000 euros. Because the government is increasing the monthly amount that you need to have in your account. When I came, it was 820 euros. Right now, it is above 1,000 euros. Yeah, so you can easily calculate 1,000 into 12. It's 12,000 euros. Yeah? So it will be anywhere between 15 to 20,000 euros. Yeah, if you go for consultancy services, yeah, that is something which comes extra. Yeah. So the next very pertinent question that comes is, why should you go to a consultancy? You shouldn't go to any consultancy. There are hundreds of consultancies there which dupe people out of their money every now and then. Today I was talking to a very close friend of mine. He told me that a known relative of his is trying to send her daughter to study MBBS in Germany, and they initially contacted a consultancy which duped them for 8 to 10,000 euros, and then that was all lost. And then the mother started on her own researching, and now she has managed everything. It has taken a lot of time and effort, yeah, but she has been able to do it. So choosing the right consultancy is very important. Yeah, and we there are here in front of you as a consultancy which works transparently with you. We will not show you very rosy dreams that everything is rosy here. Yeah, we'll put forward a very straight picture for you with all the pros and cons, and we will help you in taking a decision. Yeah, but the final decision will be yours. We will help you all along the way, right from the start up till the end. Yeah, so theoretically everything is possible to do on your own, but it takes a lot of time and effort, and that's the reason why people choose a consultancy, because it's everything in a completely alien language. Yeah, this is something which is everything new to you and can be very overwhelming at the beginning. Yeah, so if one can afford it, yeah, one should go.